What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarice.
And this is episode 4 of House of the Dragon. We saw Damon kill the crab feeder, and I'm assuming this is going to be the fallout.
Yeah.
Or it'll be years later, and everyone will have forgotten.
No. Actually, I think we might have the time jump in the middle of this episode.
Ooh,
like I said,
something.
I think having it in the middle of an episode would be better. Whether or not they're doing that, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I like that idea, so maybe it's this one.
I think this episode is going to be about who is Rhaenyra going to marry. It was like it was kicked off in the last episode, and I think that they're really going to dig into that in this one.
Yeah. Do you think she's going to marry her Kingsguard?
No. Kirsten Cole, no, I don't think she can. I think she's going to... I think she marries... Damon's already married, right? To 2 women.
Yes.
Correct. I don't know who she marries. Maybe she does end up with a Lannister, but not the like brash one, but like the more like kingdom one. Did that make any sense? Sure.
She could marry Corlys's son.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's probably who it is. And Sea Smoke, because his dragon is dope.
Here's the thing. That would be like the probably like the smartest maneuver, but I don't know if that's actually what's gonna happen.
All right, should we just dive right into this?
I guess we shall.
All right. There's so much blood in the opener. I wish there was a little bit more fire.
All right, that's fair.
It's such a cool opening, though. They did such a good job.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times with spin-offs or sequels or whatever, it's like, oh, we have this thing that we have to compete with.
Yeah.
But they crushed it.
I just love that it is like it's the same style. Mm-hmm. Like it really does lend itself to being in the same universe.
Yeah. Oh,
as opposed to, I think that one idea coming out of the first season or the first show would be, oh, they don't like how that ended. Let's do a wild left turn so that people know we're not Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they didn't, because the shows are kind of like fitting together in a way that, for someone like me who's a fan of all of it, like, I'm really happy and I love the show so far.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
I've been waiting all week for this.
I know. This is the show I'm most excited for every week right now. Mm-hmm. Interesting to start focused on the necklace Damon gave her.
Against any future Dornish incursions. And though my seat may be lesser...
Are these just a line of men trying to convince her to marry them?
Maybe.
Did you think my great-grandmother is beautiful as they say?
Half a century ago, Princess.
Yes, it was.
Unseemly, Princess.
It's unseemly for him to put himself forward as a contender for my hand.
That
And now a child.
The blood of the first man still flows in their veins.
Jesus.
Go on.
You were right.
My princess.
More right than I thought.
Ours is a bond that has long endured. If chosen as your match, princess, your day shall be easy, under my protection.
Protection? The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt.
Oh.
I'm gonna learn to like that one.
Craven.
Send word to the harbour and have Captain Oswin ready the ship.
We're about to watch that kid, like, kind of die.
No.
His landing if brought an end to this ridiculous pageant.
Oh!
Don't look, Princess.
Let's go, dude! That's I shouldn't be proud of him. You just killed the guy, but like that guy was an ass.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for him.
Did he deserve to die? Maybe not. We don't know him that well, but
I don't know. He fucked around and he found out.
Yeah, Princess.
He did. Don't challenge people if you don't know how good they are with a sword.
Do you speak of how you rejected every suit his grace put before you, or how you abruptly ended the tour with 2 months remaining?
that jacket.
I know, her costumes are literally magical.
God. Come on.
Is it gonna be Caraxes? Or Or is Cyrax like...
Or is it sea smoke?
No, it's Caraxes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm fine.
Yeah, she's got the hats for her uncle.
Yep.
I mean, yep. Targaryens.
Ooh. Interesting. Let's go. This episode is off to a start.
I love that the Kingsguard have a completely different look in this series. It's very cool.
This show's awesome. It's so good. Wow. Even open it looks cool. Closed. God. His outfit looks great. But what is Damon gonna be wearing? That's what I want to know.
Boy.
He's wearing a crown. That prick.
Hair.
It's a good look. Oh man.
Add it to the chair. Once we smash the Patriarchy, they name me King of the Narrow Sea. But I know that there is only one true king, Your Grace. My crown and the stepstones are yours.
Who holds the stepstones?
The tides and 2,000 dead Patriarchy corsairs staked to the sand to warn those who might follow.
Your move, old man.
Rise.
This show is consistently surprising, and I love it.
The realm owes you a great debt, brother.
I thought he was going to be all swagger, and he was, but it was a different swagger.
Very interesting.
No. I will not revisit this debate. You were always Mother's favorite. Would you like to see the tapestry? He has no interest in such things.
I'd like to see them.
Oh, well, then you should not deprive yourself.
Have every young knight and lord in the Seven Kingdoms fawning over you. What misery.
Girl!
And Twitter stance are pretty hard too.
Those men and boys don't fawn over me. They only want my name and my Valyrian blood for their offspring.
I think it's rather romantic.
How romantic it must be to get imprisoned in a castle and me to squeeze out to heirs.
I mean...
How angry is he?
I find I have a few friends lately. I like to believe I'm still the Lady Alicent, but
all anyone sees when they look at me now is the Queen.
I feel so bad for her.
It's interesting the way they're shooting them in separate shots, and then when they're deciding to have them both in frame at the same time.
Yeah.
Everything in the show's so intentional, and it's just amazing.
My father seems content to sell me off to whichever lord has the biggest castle.
There are worse things to be sold for.
It's true, but harsh.
Didn't like that.
Abrasiris ohis biare istas. Zirille de todor.
No. No, che se cranion tenco. Totaluti ombriago rus na jumban.
The accent work to get this language to feel natural for them is really impressive.
If House Velaryon entered into an alliance with the Free Cities, then We would have to seek our own marriage pact.
Yeah, it's gonna be the best option, and they're not gonna do it. Unlike fair.
I get Artie is like it's not even like going to be. It is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. What is happening?
I don't know. I feel like Damon left her a treasure map.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, Damon's gonna show her how to get into the walls. Remember how Damon was able to like listen in on the small council?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's fun. Oh, she had the hats to hide her hair. I was like, what's going on? But she's trying to... Okay.
Yes, it's a dead giveaway. Or she's gonna sneak out. Actually, I don't know if...
They're so cute.
Oh boy.
Where are we going?
Interesting.
You'd get hired for that part.
Oh.
He called me boy.
He called me boy. Not gonna lie, King's Landing looks like a nightmare to live in.
Oh yeah.
Do you wish to know your death, child?
Leave us. All of you.
How many more episodes do you think he's got? 2, 3?
2 maybe.
He doesn't make it to the end of the season.
You have a far kinder touch than they do.
A son!
This is fun.
Rhaenyra! The realm's delight! Or would she be feeble? Though Aegon the Babe Prince might long for acclaim, he has 2 things Rhaenyra cannot. A conqueror's name and a cock.
Their wants are of no consequence.
They're of great consequence if you expect to rule them one day. 4 Copper Street rat in King's Landing we pay for our pleasures. Hey, stop! Boy! Wait, I'll find him.
Damon is like very mature and right in this episode. It's interesting.
Oh, but he's using it for his own means, you know, like...
Yeah, but the love he has for his family is so genuine, and that's why it all works.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Smith is just undeniable on this show.
Yeah.
And who might you be running from now?
It's the Hobbit.
Princess.
Don't.
You take care, boy. Next time you might not be so lucky. Enjoyed that, did you?
Who knows when our next taste freedom?
Aww. That was cute.
If only they weren't cousins.
No, but I just mean like the like uncle taking his niece out to like experience something she doesn't get to experience.
Yeah, I guess.
My uncle and I had experiences like that, right? Where he's like, don't tell your mom.
I guess. I just never held my uncle's hand.
The king has requested your presence. The hour is quite late. Yes, your grace.
Yeah.
Is this the medieval version of a you up text?
You up? I guess, yeah.
This is not the kind of place my uncle took me. Personally, but somebody's uncle probably did. Welcome to Cirque du Soleil's Zoomanity. The way they're cutting between this like pleasure house and like Alicent and the king is so fascinating. And like noise and enjoyment and then silence.
It's where people come to take what they want.
She's like, tee-hee.
Incest.
Is that the thumbnail?
But that doesn't stop us from doing what we want.
She's 18.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go with, yeah.
Yeah. We're ignoring the books.
I think they deliberately, like, it's been 4 years, which means you are now 18.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Damon?
Huh.
I was about to be like, do you think he came back to King's Landing specifically? Who the fuck is that?
Trouble. Is that a rat? She's way too chill about the fact that that's a rat. His face! Wait.
I shall alert the Lord Commander. My helmet.
She's like, God, I'm so horny right now.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
He's like, God, I'm so conflicted.
And now begins the 20-minute process of getting him out of his armor.
It's gonna take a while.
Huh. You just know he's like, this is a bad idea, but she's the princess. She's the heir. I like kind of have to do what she says.
What? Yeah.
She's like, he can't run away from me like my uncle did.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Love it.
I'm so glad I've never had to take off this much clothing to have sex before.
Yeah.
Under stuff is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect this episode to be so much about sex.
No, me neither.
YOLO, boy. It's so much work.
Who can unlace their boots the fastest?
Wow.
I was like, he's not a virgin.
It's interesting that the show keeps only showing like nudity in scenes where people seem to be like smiling and partaking in things they want to be a part of. And then in scenes where, like with Alicent, where she's clearly like doing it out of duty.
Yeah.
There's no nudity. It's very stark and very
It's just
like
the back. Yeah. Well, and Game of Thrones has always showed like sex, but showing it in a way where it's like, this is so strongly a part of like the story and like the characters that it feels very different.
What is it? A message
It would be
words and white
It would be hard for the story of her becoming a woman to not include this in some way.
Yeah.
But I think the way they've done it is very tasteful. Yep, trouble. Ruble.
This will cut the fog.
When are we gonna meet his wife?
I don't know.
You never were one to stay idle.
Hard lessons are not welcomed, but suffered.
Huh. Why is she setting up Rhaenyra then?
You can pay for the room on your way out.
Well, I'm sure she does not like Rhaenyra.
The princess was spied last evening, beyond the walls of the keep, in a pleasure house.
What of it? You enter my bedchamber, accusing my daughter of something. Now speak it plainly.
Damon and Rhaenyra were seen together in the bowels of a pleasure den. Coupling.
This is a lie. You're so sick with ambition that you would have my daughter stalked. You think yourself a cunning man. Your designs are obvious. Do you wish to have your blood on the Iron Throne so badly that you are willing to destroy mine own? Just get out.
Got him. Got him. Here's the thing. That kid didn't see them together. He was sitting outside, watched them go in, and then watched
I don't know what
them
he saw.
run out.
I don't know what he saw, but yeah. They also didn't couple.
No,
I mean,
they didn't.
They kissed. We don't need to talk about the exact things.
No. My favorite part is Rhaenyra was in a pleasure house. He's like, yeah, so?
We've all done it. Oh, man. His Warhammer table's getting real big.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's always that size, but that one shot showed the size of... I mean, your king just, like, put it in its own room.
Come.
Princess, I have a message from the Queen.
Alicent's back on Team Friendship. Let's go.
Oh, maybe.
She's trying to earn it back. I appreciate that. I hope.
Maybe, I don't know. This could...
Those chairs look horribly uncomfortable.
Yep.
Remember when all the sexual tension was between the two of them?
I miss that.
My father has made some worrying allegations about you.
Okay, maybe she's not.
That you fucked Damon in a pleasure house.
That's on Front Street now.
This is a vile accusation. Is it? You Targaryens do have queer customs.
I am the princess. To question my virtue is an act of treason.
I do not know specifically.
What your father did not tell you. So you are accusing me of slanders you overheard?
I only want to help you, Rhaenyra.
This isn't the way to do it, though, girl.
Damon never touched me. I swear this to you upon the memory of my mother.
It was foolish of you to place yourself in a position where your virtue could even come into question.
Jesus.
Damon.
Zero fucks.
The king demands an audience, my prince.
You could have, like, put on a different shirt.
Could have, yeah.
This is not this episode I expected after last week.
No.
I've never been that hungover in my life.
Look at his outfit, though.
I know.
My daughter. You defiled her.
Oh!
I want Rhaenyra. I'll take her as she is and wed her in the tradition of our house.
Do it.
It's not my daughter you lust for, is it? It's my throne.
So the kid was meant to report it back. Oh, Damon, no, I was so on your side. Oh, and now I'm very much not.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I was like, if it's honest feelings, incest is okay. This shows me messed up, guys.
You believe he lied?
How often does he speak the pure truth?
How does confessing to such things serve him?
By reducing you.
Yeah.
Whatever transpired, Rhaenyra is not innocent.
Alicent's got enough of her dad in her.
She swore to me that she remains a maiden, and I believe her.
Oh boy.
That subtle look of Kristen Cole's wide eyes in his helmet as they're walking is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, here we go. This might be a battle as big as the Stepstones. Oh boy.
From my blood come the prince that was promised. And his will be the song of ice and fire.
Responsibility I have handed to you. Jaehaerys would have disinherited you.
For a lie?
The truth does not matter, Rhaenyra. Only perception.
So I can be a remedy for your political headaches.
You are my political headache. Your wedding to Selena Valarian will unite the two most powerful houses in the realm. The House of the Dragon will stand as one for a further generation.
I will do my duty as heir and with Selena, but you must first do yours as king.
Oh! Damon played him so hard.
Yeah.
Your Grace.
Yep.
5 days.
And now Alicent and Rhaenyra are never going to be friends.
Yeah.
I will never recover from Emma's death. But Alicent, she was a calculated distraction. I only now realize how well calculated it was.
That is an absurdity.
The crown and the realm. Both owe you a debt that can never be repaid. But I can no longer trust your judgment.
Oh, Damon got him.
Yep.
Wow. That scene was great.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Tea, Princess. It will rid you of any unwanted consequences.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa! Ah! Wow.
Spicy.
Okay. Okay. This show is insane.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
I don't know. I don't know whose side I'm on.
Well, I know, and that's the thing is it's all complicated, and that's why the show is so good, and that's why it works, right? Like, man.
It's crazy to me how like
Damon. I knew he was. Oh, fuck.
I'm as invested in all of these little scenes as I am in the big fights. Like the show manages to make every scene manage to have as much tension as possible.
Yes.
And it's like watching a thriller. Like, you know what I mean? It's like there's a mystery, but there's no mystery, right? And that's what's so crazy about it. There's no big like who done it.
Yeah.
You know who's doing it all the time.
Yes.
And it's just watching characters learn information I've never been so invested in that before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this show is so cool.
Yeah, that was rad. Mm-hmm.
That whole episode was like just people swinging at each other.
Yeah.
But nobody speaks. But like the loudest anyone gets is this. Oh yeah, well, it's like watching people play chess with words.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. And it keeps you suspicious of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, oh, Damon did this on purpose. And I was like, there's no way he just, like, there's no way. And and he's such a dick. Like, he sees everything around him and he twists it in such a way that's like so brilliant. The language, the High Valyrian that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it feels different from Game of Thrones, and here it's like an actual here it's more colloquial, like they're actually just like conversing and chilling and whatever, whereas with Daenerys it always felt like proclamations and
because it was usually mostly used in her either saying something to her dragons, which was like, you know, a yell, a command, or her like trying to prove like, oh, I'm Targaryen because I speak this language.
Yeah.
Whereas here, I find it really interesting that Viserys never speaks High Valyrian. That it's really only Damon and...
Has he not spoken it at all?
I don't think once in the whole show so far. I might be wrong about that, but it seems like the only times we're ever really hearing High Valyrian is between Damon and Rhaenyra.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure their story together is done yet. This episode made me really think that like they're going to end up together somehow, even though I think that she's gonna marry the Valyrian boy. I shouldn't call him the Valyrian boy. Laenor, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And he's got a great dragon.
Yeah.
Like he's super dope. I'm super into that. I love sea smoke, but I don't know. There's something about there is some direction that this relationship between Damon and Rhaenyra is going.
Yes.
And we're not at the end of it yet.
But I do hope as well that Rhaenyra and Laenor, I think, I hope that they are able to actually have a real connection, both being dragon riders and having that like fire with them. Like I hope that that's not just hostile.
I don't think it will be.
Yeah, I hope not. Like they're all very smart people, and I think that like Rhaenyra is attracted to strength and cunning, and he's the one who came up with the plan that worked for Damon, right? And he rides a dragon. You know, he's clearly got some skills. So yeah, I'm hoping that like they actually have an interesting connection.
It is just crazy to me how much of this episode was just about sex and about what it means for a woman to come of age.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I feel like as much as, you know, the first episode dealt with the scene around the C-section and everything that went into that in a way that felt like it was so patriarchal and like oppressive of the Aemma, the woman in the scene, and that was intentional, right? I think that they're trying to tell a story of Rhaenyra fighting against the bonds of patriarchal expectation on her.
Yeah.
And they needed to start with like this most harsh version of the patriarchy so that they can really undertone so many of these scenes with Alicent is having this very patriarchal sex where she is not being pleasured at all.
Yeah.
It is purely about her husband and his desire to have more kids or to feel his own pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is interspersed with Rhaenyra going to a brothel for the first time, seeing pleasure. They call it a pleasure house many times and not a brothel. And I think that's very intentional in the writing, right?
Absolutely.
And then it leads to her first sexual experience being full of smiles. And she's in power in that scene in a way that is still inappropriate, right? Like she has a power over Kristen Cole that is not, that is sexual harassment in our modern day, right?
I guess, yeah.
No, but she literally does. Like she's
because
the heir.
Yeah, he's like, well, I can't offend her. I can't, I don't want to lose my job. Like,
she literally gave him that job. Like there is no like the modern version of that is that she's the COO of the company.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. And she, or the CEO's next in line or whatever whatever comparison you want to make, it's still an inappropriate sexual relationship.
Yeah.
In terms of the power dynamic, but we're seeing her using that after, obviously Damon has told her that this is where people take what they want.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting, and she's so happy, and obviously he's consensual, and he involves himself in a way that he's clearly into it, right?
Yeah.
But he has plenty of time to decide, because it takes him like 40 minutes to take his clothes off.
That armor, it's gonna take a while. Well, and it's a lot of as well the what was I gonna say?
Well, I'll just finish my thought.
I
would say the happiest we've seen her since the first episode was having sex with him.
Yeah.
And I think that was an interesting choice for them to make in terms of the storytelling of Rhaenyra as our protagonist really like bucking against the patriarchy.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm getting a little bit concerned about is that I no longer really see the point in changing actresses. Because Alicent and Rhaenyra are old enough now that unless the jump is to like their mid-30s, like unless it's like 15 years.
Yeah.
I would buy Millie Alcock being 27, right? So like depending on how far a jump forward it is, I'm not really sure. Millie Alcock and I don't know the name of the girl who plays Alicent.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They're doing such a good job. I'm not sure I see a point in changing them out. And I'm going to miss them because they're both crushing it.
So good. Like really just both incredible actors. But yeah, building off of your point, like they do bring it up several times throughout the episode of Damon and Viserys. Well, when we were kids, we slept with everybody, whatever. And Rhaenyra is like, I could have 8 bastard sons and it wouldn't matter. And he's like, yes, but it does.
Yeah.
Like, and it's very like there's a lot of subtleties around it, but they also like do come right out and say it.
Yeah.
And not in a way that's like too on the nose. It's just like naturally in conversation, right?
Yeah.
Rhaenyra is like, this is kind of messed up. Viserys is like, well, yeah, I can't like. He's like, it doesn't matter if you did it or not. People are going to think that you did, and so that's what matters.
What I think is really interesting is we've ended up in this position where, oh, you know what? The age jump is going to be so that Aegon can be old enough to participate in the story.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it will probably be like 15 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I wonder what the moment is between, because that's the only reason that they would have such a huge jump, right? Is because the next big moment in all these characters' lives will be when Aegon is old enough to challenge Rhaenyra.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The point I was going to make though is I wonder how Damon, because Damon has essentially set in motion a failure of his own plan, but also this like great attack against Otto, right? Like he gets Otto taken out, which I don't even know if that was his intention, but like,
yeah,
or if it was even him who sent the boy, or if it was his concubine, I guess would be the word.
I don't know.
But we end up in this position where Damon is now Corlys's ally, so he can't stop Rhaenyra from marrying Laenor without pissing off his only real ally.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me that I think that Damon will be there and he's going to be pissed about everything that happens because he's going to be like, no, I think he genuinely wants Rhaenyra for some reason, even though I think he's like, I don't know if he's gay or if he's like, or if he just can't, like maybe he just can't get it up, or there seems to be something around him in these sexual situations where he is participatory in them until it doesn't work and then he leaves upset.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some kind of like trauma around it, right? That we just
maybe
don't
that's
know
it.
about.
Yeah. But there is something about, this is the second time it's happened. Every single time we see him in a sexual situation, he leaves upset about it. And I'm curious what the answer to that is going to be and how it plays into this larger story.
Yeah.
And like, why doesn't his wife have any kids?
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like he hates her, and I hope we get to meet her, because I hope that she's just a really lovely person, and Damon sucks. Like
that would be very funny.
She's just like doing her best, but like
because he keeps calling her the bronze bitch, and I hope she's the nicest.
Yeah.
Like Rhaenyra meets her, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's so good to see you."
Yeah.
that would be kind of a fun play on like. Where is Damon's point of view coming from then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This episode was fantastic.
Or maybe she like gives off this like front, but like maybe she's the reason for his sexual trauma.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
They've been married for years now, right? And so there might be like a legitimate, like deep-rooted reason that he despises her.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed with Alicent sometimes because I feel like she could have approached the scene in the werewood better.
Yes.
But I like that she didn't because it makes the character more interesting.
Yeah.
And like, immediately after being like, I don't have many friends and you're my friend, she like gives her friend zero grace.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, girl, like you could have approached that. You came in with accusations and you could have approached it in such a different way.
Yeah.
And like, I get it, you're queen, but if your goal is to keep this one friendship going, that's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
And I just found that really interesting.
Well, and she, like her dad is gonna get sent away, right? And she's gonna have feelings on that for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if he is.
Really?
Yeah, I'm here's what I'm concerned about is that I think, and this is not a spoiler, I do not know. I know in the last week's episode I said something that was a little bit spoilery, and I'm sorry. I didn't think it was a big spoiler. Some people commented on it. I'm going to be very careful about what I say. This is 100% speculation, though.
Okay.
I think that King Viserys is going to die.
Yeah.
And it's going to be because he did this to Otto.
Oh, you think this is the reason?
And I think it's going to be the lesions because he's clearly sick.
Yeah.
And like,
they look.
If I was Alicent, I would get it. She's like over that shoulder, and there's just like pus like bouncing up and down on her.
Yeah, I was like,
But yeah, I think that Otto is clearly manipulative and self-serving enough. I think those 5 days that they mentioned, Otto had more to do with that than we want to know. And I think that this is going to be the end of Viserys. I think that it is going to be related to the wedding. I think it's going to be around the wedding. We're going to have
always a wedding.
We're going to have our Joffrey wedding moment, but it's going to be Viserys. And then Damon is going to swoop in and grab Rhaenyra, and like all hell's going to break loose. And then we're going to get the jump forward in time after that.
Right.
To where the realm is like in this weird state of who's the king, who's the queen, what's going on. Aegon's going to be old enough. And then boom, the actual combat of the Dance of the Dragons happens.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. Like, that's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
I'm purely saying things that I think might happen based on the degree to which the lesions keep growing on him.
Yeah.
I don't know that he has much more time.
Well, and they wouldn't emphasize those if they were not going to come into play. So yeah.
There were so many shots of his hand.
Yeah.
But
it's not cute.
They green screened out all the green screen condoms this episode, and they didn't last episode. So good on you.
At least that we caught. So.
Do you think they let coffee cups on set? Or is there like a perimeter where they're like, no coffee cups past this line? You can drink coffee in your trailers if you bring one single coffee cup onto this goddamn set.
God, I hope so.
Y'all, I think that's our review of the episode. It's good. Otto Hightower is the actor's crushing. I feel like we don't say it enough. He's great.
Oh yeah. Everybody is amazing.
Yeah.
Like everybody's phenomenal.
I have no notes.
I'm blown away.
I have no notes for this whole show. I think that this is like my favorite thing on TV right now.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying watching this.
Yeah. Andor has potential. But this is my favorite thing on TV right now.
Chef's Kiss.
If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. And this week, that algorithm god is Cyrax. It's a dragon, which means it needs a lot of mean comments. So, make fun of us. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Somebody's going to complain about something that we got wrong.
Yeah.
And then everyone else will not realize that someone already said it. And they'll just say the same thing over and over and over again because this is a YouTube comment section.
Yeah.
If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
And as always, y'all, do something nerdy tonight, you dang nerds. Bye.
Bye.